If that sounds familiar, then you're going to want to hear the story of Aryan. Aryan was 16, and his phone was his world. Every morning, he'd wake up and dive straight into social media. His friends were always posting something new, brand new gaming consoles, trendy clothes, dances he couldn't master. It felt like a race, and he was falling behind. The pressure was real. Whenever his parents asked him that classic question, "So, what are your plans for the future?" his answer was always a mumbled, "I don't know yet." But inside, he felt a growing sense of panic. He wasn't just unsure, he felt completely and utterly lost. He tried to find his thing. He joined the football team, but the early morning practices felt like a chore, and he quit after just a week. Then he picked up a guitar, inspired by a viral video. He learned a couple of chords, but his fingers hurt, and the novelty wore off in a few days. He'd start things with a burst of enthusiasm, only to drop them when they got difficult or when the next shiny object caught his eye. Nothing stuck. Nothing felt like him. He was just drifting, chasing trends, and feeling emptier with each attempt. One evening, as the sun began to set, Aryan's grandfather called him over. "Aryan, come walk with me," he said with a warm smile. Aryan wasn't exactly thrilled, but he couldn't say no to his dadu. They walked into the garden behind their house, where the first stars were beginning to appear in the twilight sky. The air was calm, a stark contrast to the chaos in Aryan's mind. "Tell me, Beta," his grandfather began, his voice gentle. "What do you actually enjoy doing? Not what you think you should be doing, but what truly makes you happy." Aryan just shrugged, kicking at a loose stone on the path. "I don't know, Dadu. Everyone else seems to be doing something amazing. I just can't figure out what's right for me." His grandfather nodded, a knowing look in his eyes. "You know, when I was your age, I felt the exact same way. I wanted to be a famous cricketer like one friend, a smart scholar like another. I was always looking outward." He paused, letting his words sink in. "Then one day, my teacher gave me this." He pulled a small, old-fashioned brass compass from his pocket. The glass was slightly worn, but the needle still pointed steadily north. He told me, "This needle always points north. No matter where you go, no matter how lost you feel, it will always show you the way home." Grandfather looked at Aryan, his eyes full of wisdom. In life, we all need a compass. But our compass isn't a physical thing. It's our purpose. Your north is your purpose. Without it, you'll just keep walking in circles, following other people's paths, never finding your own. Aryan listened, his usual restlessness replaced by a quiet focus. The idea resonated deep within him. But how do I find my purpose? Where do I even start looking? He asked, his voice barely a whisper. "It's simpler than you think," his grandfather replied, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Don't look for what's popular or what will get you the most likes. Start with what makes you feel alive. What gives you that little spark of joy? Try things, but with a different intention. Help someone, create something with your hands, explore the world right outside your door. And while you do, pay attention. Notice what activities make you forget about time, what brings a genuine smile to your face. Your purpose isn't hiding in a grand, dramatic moment. It's hiding in those small moments of pure, simple joy. That conversation replayed in Aryan's mind all night. He couldn't sleep. The words, "What makes you feel alive?" echoed in his head. The next morning, he put his phone down. On his way to school, he took a different route, one that passed by a small, dusty park. A group of younger kids were struggling on the ground, tangled in string and bamboo sticks. They were trying to build a kite, but it was a mess. Aryan hesitated for only a second. He remembered the countless hours he'd spent with his father as a child, learning the art of kite making. It was a skill he hadn't thought about in years. Without overthinking it, he walked over. "Hey, do you guys need a hand?" he asked. The kids looked up, surprised. He knelt down, showing them how to tie the frame securely, how to cut the paper just right, and most importantly, how to attach the tail for balance. He worked with them, his hands moving with a forgotten confidence. Within a few minutes, the kite was ready. They ran with it, and with a gentle tug, it lifted off the ground, soaring higher and higher into the blue sky. The kids erupted in cheers, their faces beaming with delight. One of them ran back to Aryan, his eyes wide with excitement. "Thank you, Baya. That was amazing." In that moment, standing in that dusty field, Aryan felt a warmth spread through his chest. It wasn't the fleeting excitement of a new gadget or the temporary high of a social media notification. It was a quiet, profound sense of happiness. It was a sense of purpose. That afternoon, he couldn't wait to tell his grandfather when he described the kids' joyful faces and the kite dancing in the wind. His dadu smiled, that same warm, knowing smile. "See, my boy. Sometimes your great purpose starts with a very small thing, helping others, creating something beautiful, bringing a little joy into the world. You just have to be open enough to notice what fills your heart." From that day forward, something shifted in Aryan. He started spending his afternoons at the local community club, volunteering to work with the children. He taught them how to make kites, how to fix their bicycle chains, and how to turn old cardboard boxes and plastic bottles into amazing crafts. He discovered he had a knack for explaining things, a patience he never knew he possessed. He loved seeing the spark of understanding and creativity in the kids' eyes. Slowly but surely, his screen time dwindled. He was too busy living a real life to worry about his virtual one. His parents noticed the change almost immediately. He was more engaged at dinner, more energetic, more present. One evening, his mother remarked, "You seem so much happier these days, Aryan." He looked up from the design he was sketching for a new project with the kids and smiled a genuine, confident smile. "I think I am," he replied. "Maybe I finally found my compass." The lesson here is so important. Your true purpose won't be found by chasing trends or comparing your life to a curated feed online. It's discovered by listening to that quiet voice inside you, by exploring your curiosities, and by connecting with the world in a meaningful way. Technology can be a great tool for inspiration, but real fulfillment comes from real action. So take a moment to look up from your screen. What small thing can you do today that might bring you or someone else a little bit of joy? Your direction isn't out there somewhere, waiting to be found. It's within you, waiting to be built, one meaningful action at a time. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that helps us navigate life together. We'd love to have you as part of our community. See you in the next video.